Little kids killing each other. Wow. These are the kind of movies human beings like. Ender's Game. Ender's Game is one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm going on record. Do I think this film is perfect? No. I honestly didn't give two shits about this film before I saw it. This is just pure Hollywood escapism. It's like the Hunger Games in space. Now, I never actually read the book Ender's Game, which is cool to me because I'm going off of the film on its own merits. Unlike a lot of you annoying douchebag readers of books. Oh, they left out this scene. Oh, fuck, oh, the movie sucks. Oh, no, the line actually went like this in the book. I'm kidding, you guys are actually way cooler than me. I really don't know how fans of the novel are gonna respond to this movie, but as a regular audience member of the cinema, I had a total blast. Let's start off with talking about Ender. The character of Ender is so smart, so strategic, so tactical. He's like mini Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. But the character, he is far from being two-dimensional. I'm not saying he's two-dimensional, I'm saying he's far from being a two-dimensional character. That's for you bookworms out there. Yeah, it does deal a lot with his badassery, but it also deals a lot with the psychology of Ender. How his past experiences and his upbringing have greatly just ass-fucked him. This guy's like 13 years old, and I found myself going, I want to be this guy. The guy who played him was so good. You could feel all the repressed darkness inside of him, and you're also rooting for him like the whole time. Even though you know he is the shit and he can do anything, you're rooting for him every moment. It's called Ender's Game, and Ender rocks my cock. But he's 13, so he doesn't. I just love all the themes this film deals with. From what kind of leader you should be to not letting your past rule you. I even enjoyed some of its political themes. Obama would love this film. Not many black people in it though. Dealing with people's lives in the military and war, is it okay? At times the film is much darker than I anticipated it to be. It has a few moments that are very violent. Like, how did they let kids get away with doing this on screen? It's just 10 times worse when you're watching kids kick the shit out of each other. But at the end of the day, who wouldn't want to see our hero pound on a fat ass bully? The visual effects is pretty damn good. I don't think it's necessarily groundbreaking, but it's pretty freaking sweet to look at. You know, everything from like the production design, the art design, the costume design, and there's some action in it that is so fucking cool. They have several types of action adventure scenes, and there's this one game they play in Battle School. Fuck, that just sounds so cool. Battle School. Wouldn't you want to go to Battle School? Gosh, you can pick up any chick at a bar if you went to Battle School. Who the fuck would want to fuck with you if you went to Battle School? If Conan O'Brien went to Battle School, he would have kept the Tonight Show. Anyway, you'll know the game that I'm talking about when you watch it. In both games, Ender is just super badass. Like, he's not just intellectual. He doesn't need a sidekick. I don't want to give it away, but there's just one point, and I think everyone felt this way when they watched it, where you go, dang. I wish I could tell you what moment that was, but I'm not going to ruin it for you. But you will do that noise. That's when he meets his rival, played by Moises Arias, that kid from Hannah Montana. The shortest, scrawniest, big-nosed tough guy you'll ever see. He's like the Mexican Joe Pesci, but not as scary. But I do gotta say, you know, for being like a midget, he did a really good job in the role. I could see why some people were very intimidated by him. Like, if that little fucker was up in my face, I would bend down to his level, out of respect. I just love a movie that can create an entire science fiction universe and bring complete fantasy to life. I wouldn't say it's an immersive experience like Gravity, but the director keeps things moving fast. It's really fast paced. But it doesn't, I mean, at times it feels like it's rushing, but overall it doesn't feel like it's rushing. They even introduce some characters late into the film, and some characters that are very important are introduced in the beginning, but you don't see them for a long time. At the end of the day, they're all there at the right moments, and they give strong performances. Which leads me to talking about Harrison Ford, Ender. He does a great job in this movie. It's cool to see him in a movie that, yes, it does have action, but he's not doing any of the action. It's just a pure acting role from Harrison Ford. He shows that he can really act. He doesn't need a whip. No. He doesn't need Air Force One. There doesn't need to be a clear and present danger happening. At times he's a good guy. At times you question his intent. But he's always great to watch. Although he did seem a little obsessed with a 13-year-old boy. That's probably the size of Moises Arias' penis. The cool thing about Ender, he's always put in situations where he has to come up with like a quick strategy. And then when he figures it out, it's always so cool. Like, the problem will present itself. You'll wonder, like, what's he gonna do? I don't see a way how he could possibly do this. But the writing is so good that it presents a unique strategy. And it makes sense why no one can defeat King Ender. That's my new name for him, King Ender. I'm talking about the actor. He's a damn good actor. The last half hour of this film has some great twists, some great reveals. If I had to give one complaint, the end kind of leaves things really open. There's a lot of questions that go unanswered, and there's a lot of things that just don't really get wrapped up, so you obviously have to finish the franchise. As far as this journey goes, it's pretty damn solid. It's what I consider cinema to be all about. Just enough drama, a universe you totally buy, with great adventure, great thrills, and solid fucking acting. Let me get straight to the point here. All in all, I gotta say, Ender's Game got it super right. Alright guys, thanks for checking out my review for Ender's Game. Why don't you go ahead, scroll that comment box below, and tell me, was there ever a bully in your school that you wanted to kick his ass, and what is his name? And if you want to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, we can work together on finding fat bullies and kicking their fat asses. And if you want to see more in-depth review of Ender's Game, go ahead and check out my show called Reasons to See, where we got special guests on the show, Andrea Sixtos. She's hot, huh? Yeah. That game would never end. That doesn't make any sense. And last but not least, if you want to get updated every time one of my reviews is out, click on this button by my dick to subscribe. That's right, the penis. It's capable of doing a lot of things. I'm telling you, Ender, he wouldn't run out of games to play with this bad boy. Did you hear that? That's the sound of me becoming a registered sex offender.